All right, now we're recording. Let's see if I can share my screen here so I don't have to look at this. I mean, just read it. All right, try that. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen. Exclusive right to sell listing agreement.
Yeah, that's the wrong thing.
Okay.
Can you see ad law now?
See advertising of property or specific services.
Yeah, good. Great.
Okay.
That's what we want.
Okay. It's gone now. So,
Yeah, I know. I was just checking to see if anybody else is
ah,
waiting. So let's get started and let the other people join as they may. That's not what I'm looking for. Stop. Where did it go? There it is. That's not either. Okay. That's not what I want. Let's try that. There we go. So a couple of just one thing to start with this morning. You got the word that we no longer require the bright MLS forms, correct?
yes. So I was reading that online at the Bright website. So I just want to make sure that I'm clear. They're talking about the regular Bright MLS form that they gave, one for the seller, one for the
Right,
buyer.
right.
Uh-huh.
Or landlord and
Right.
tenant.
Yeah, they're dual.
Yeah,
Yes.
so those are not required anymore as of yesterday. So that's a good thing.
That's right, because yesterday was the 23rd,
Second, 22nd.
22nd. So as of the 23rd, yes. Okay. Yep.
So that's a good thing. I've always been a little skeptical of those, and they kind of get in the way between us and our clients. But
hmm
I'm glad they. So we're going to do just a very short review of the ad rules. I know I sent this to you a few weeks ago, but I think it's a good reminder for everyone, and we'll catch up with the people that aren't here. But there really is no change to these, but some of the requirements are not that old. So, it's just good to review them. And the bottom line is in every ad of every type, everywhere, these things are required. The company name has to be in it. So, Remax Distinctive Real Estate, and the broker's name must be in the ad, followed by the term broker. So, Remax Distinctive Real Estate, Andrew Reamer, comma, broker.
hmm
And the address of the real estate must be in the ad. There's an exception to that I'll talk about in a minute, and a phone number. So these are the four big requirements that must be in every ad, with the exception of the address that we'll talk about in a minute. So just keep that in mind, that, and it doesn't matter where it is, whether it's a flyer, print, sign, social media, website, all of them have to have these, again, with the one exception of the address. And then the second thing, and this is not that old, it's only about a year old, but the name of the company and the broker has to be at least one half the size as your name or
Mm-hmm.
a team name. So again, this is relatively recent, and I'm sure there's still a lot of a lot of people violating this rule around the world. And the West Virginia Real Estate Commission said they're going to be taking a hard look at this summer. So I mean this coming year. So anyway, pay attention to that. That the brokerage's name needs to be as readily readable and seeable as your name or a team name or whatever it is. And again, this includes everything: postcards, flyers, print, individual, all that kind of stuff. Here's the one exception to the address: the for sale, rent, lease signs in a yard are not required to display the physical address of the office. So still has to have the company's name, the broker's name, followed by broker, and the phone number, but you don't have to put the address on.
So all of my for sale signs have to be redone. That's what you just said to me.
What do your for sale signs say?
My for sale signs have my name, the brokerage name, meaning, Remax distinctive on
Yeah,
it, the phone number for the office, but
which is
it
fine.
doesn't have Andrew's name on it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's got to have Andrew Rumor, a broker on the sign. Yep.
that's an expensive ask.
Yeah.
I mean, no, truly, that's an expensive ask.
Yeah, and what I've done, because we don't work a lot in West Virginia, is just print one West Virginia sign that I keep in my house. And this is, if I got a West Virginia listing, I put it over there because, it is expensive to redo every sign you have, and Virginia does not have the same rule.
So, question, is it okay then to get a sign writer that
Yeah,
can clip and hang
right,
at the bottom?
right. So
I
if you got a
think that would
writer,
be
and it says Andrew Reamer, broker, and the phone number or something like that, that'd be fine.
okay. I think that'll be the easiest way to comply
Yeah,
without having to redo signs, and the
yeah,
least expensive way to do it.
yeah. And in fact, the bottom bullet there is directly addressing that.
Oh, it does. Oh,
If you
okay.
put Andrew Reamer, broker on it, that's completely acceptable.
Okay.
Um, and as you go forward, that's what I've done is I've just made some. I think it's a couple of these.
Okay.
These are my West Virginia signs, and I don't keep them with postmasters. I keep them in my house so that I make sure that I know which one
Right.
I need. Yeah, yeah. So good.
And that's effective as of today.
It's been
Oh,
effective.
no, you said this has been here for a
Been
year.
effective for a year.
Okay.
Actually, this having the broker's name on it has been effective for a very long time.
Okay.
It's the half. The brokerage name has to be half size of your name is about a year old.
Yeah, no, all of my signs have that. That's not
Yeah.
a concern. I now need to have one that hangs Andrew Reamer, broker.
Yep. Right.
Okay.
So here's the other thing that I know a lot of people are probably running afoul of this, and it's another thing that the Real Estate Commission is going to be focusing on hard is if your name's on the sign, it has to be followed by comma salesperson or comma associate broker. That is your title, and that has to be on the sign. So if you have realtor, you can put that on if you want to, but it has to follow salesperson, or whatever else you want to put on there is fine, but it has to follow the term salesperson or associate broker. Do you have
On my signs.
Yeah. Do you have your brokerage license?
No, I do not.
Okay.
So my sign that I just told you that I have and how it reads, I now do have to be redone because they don't say, I
Sales.
don't even have one that says Terry Robinson Realtor or Terry Robinson salesperson. So I need to have at least one redone
What
to
is it?
have that
What is
salesperson.
what does it say? Just Terry Robinson?
Yes, I have to. Oh, I have one in my car. I'll take a look. But
Yeah. You may be able to get the sign people to, just change that one line and put in
yes.
Terry Robinson, comma salesperson. Uh,
Hmm.
but and again, this is a requirement that's been out there for a long time, but a lot of people don't do this. They put in, realtor or agent or whatever it is.
Hmm.
And when we had a brokers meeting a couple of months ago, and the guy from the real estate commission really emphasized this, that we're looking for the title, and your title is not realtor, your title is not agent, your title is either salesperson or associate broker or broker.
Okay.
So this is the other kind of big one. And by the way, back to the requirement for the physical address. While the West Virginia doesn't, while the training that they put out didn't specifically say it, my view is this applies to the little directional signs as well. You don't have to put the physical address on the sign, but all those other requirements, the name of the brokerage, half size, your name, the telephone number, and Andrew Reamer broker, even should be on the directional signs.
Hmm.
That's kind of lower priority than others, but that's the way I would interpret it.
Okay.
And this is team stuff. And then 17A is, if you have a team and you have to put one team member, at least one team member name on there, and it has to see the same associate broker salesperson identification.
Hmm.
And then non-licensed team numbers is, I'll just skip through that. It doesn't really pry. This is just reiterating that you can't advertise anything just under your own name. It has to have the brokerage with the name brokerage after it. And then here's the last one is everything that I just described is advertisements for specific service and sales of real estate. So if you have business cards or promotional items, the rules that I just described to you are not required. So in other words, if you're putting a pin on, you don't have to, if you're giving out ink pens, you don't have to put, Terry Robinson, salesperson, Remax distinctive, here's our address, here's our phone number.
Hmm.
You don't have to, because they're promotional items. But it does have to include your name and your company name and your contact info.
Hmm.
So it's a different rule if it's not advertising specific real estate for sale or lease or whatever.
Understood.
Yeah. And then the last thing is on internet advertising, all of the same things apply. The company name, broker, license address, phone number, your name, followed by salesperson. That all has to be in internet advertising, on your webpage, on your homepage, on your social media, but it has to be within 2 clicks. So if you have social media and you have a link to your homepage on your social media, that's 1 click to get to your homepage. And if the information is on the homepage, that's okay.
So let me ask this. Is this consistent across all jurisdictions? Because social media is not just tied to West Virginia.
Yeah, I believe this is the same as Virginia. There's some things in Virginia that may be 1 click, but I don't think so. But I think, if you're doing social media, you have anywhere on social media that has a link to your homepage, and if all this information is down in the footer of the homepage, then you're fine.
So in terms of internet advertising, is this for specific services and properties that we're still referring to?
Correct.
Or because I do educational videos and things like that that I put out to the masses. So that does not apply.
Correct. This is specifically, you put up an ad for, hey, Terry's got this wonderful house out here and, Summit
Gotcha.
Point for sale. Then it has to be able to, you have
Mhm.
to be able to get to it. And frankly, you'd want that in a home
Exactly.
advertisement.
That's a no-brainer, right? You want
Yeah.
them to know where you are,
Right.
from where, and how to get
Yeah.
in touch, right?
Yeah.
No.
So
Mhm.
this, we're talking here specifically about advertising real estate for sale or lease. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got any questions on that?
No, you answered as we went along.
Great. So appreciate you coming by, and we'll keep. Let me see if I can stop sharing here. Oops, stop share. Yeah, there we go. We'll just kind of keep at it. I know that we have some things to do. Somebody stop screen. We have some things to do just in our office, but I can tell you from just riding around and looking at signs, there's a lot of things to do, and that for a lot of people to do. I think that's one of the reasons that the Real Estate Commission has said, hey, we're going to make this a point of focus this year. So pay attention to your ads.
Okay, will do. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Terry. Good talk.
All
Good
right.
to see you. Yep.
Good to see you too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.